Hello everyone and welcome to Mark No Horsemanship. Here we are with Rhett, a 3.5-year-old paint gelding. Rhett is full pedigree. He could have been registered, but he never was. But regardless, don't do you much good on a gelding anyway, because his breeding career has been over for a few years now. So anyway, but he is a full pedigree paint horse. Rhett is pretty gentle to be around, but Rhett does not know anything. And we got him loaded this morning when I went to the owner's house and picked him up, and had to use a little ingenuity, but we got him loaded. The thing with loading a horse that don't know anything other than he knows how to lead a little bit, but he don't know how to give the pressure, and he don't know how to drive forward from driving him from behind. So to load a horse like him, you know, all these trailer loading videos that you see of what to do, you know, it really don't apply for a horse like this because you don't have any tools to work with. So you just got to be, you know, a little bit broad-minded and think it through. Like today, we had to back up to a chicken coop. I know that sounds crazy, but he's learned what he's done. He's learned to kind of rear and pull away from the person. And to get him loaded in the middle of the yard like I was trying to do, he was eventually going to get away from someone. And if that would have happened, then, you know, he'd have been running around the neighborhood, so to speak, and it wouldn't have been a good ordeal. So we backed up to an old chicken coop that was there that had a fence around it, and had to tear one panel out or one section out of the chicken fence and back the trailer up to there, put him in the chicken. There wasn't no chickens in it. It was grass this tall, but we had to put him in there. And that way, if he was to get away from someone, he would still be enclosed. So he's not an outlaw. He's not mean. He's actually a gentle giant. He just don't know anything. He's here to be started. He's never been saddled, never been ridden. So it'll be an interesting time to see how it unfolds. Now you might say, well, Mark, where are you going to go at with first? Well, I'm going to introduce him to the 10 first because he needs to learn to give the pressure. And then after that, we're going to get him lunging around in here for 5 or 10 minutes, and we're going to let that be the first session. But the way I introduce him to the 10, and I'll explain the 10 to you if you don't understand what the 10 is. The 10 is on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being mild and 10 being extreme, or the most, of pressure that is put on a horse. What kind of pressure? Well, this kind of pressure is going to be a pull. It's going to be a pull, and he needs to learn to come to that. See, right now he's learned to pull away from that and not give to that. So the way I do that is I just back up and I pull on him. And, you know, more than likely he might fight, or I think he's going to be like molasses in the wintertime. I think he's just going to be really sluggish and slow. But we'll just see how it unfolds. And, you know, I was taught doing this years ago that you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being mild and 10 being extreme, for pressure, I was taught to start with 1 and build my way up. And over the years, I kind of created this 10 thing myself because I found out through maybe losing my patience a couple of times that you can get a lot done with just going on and going to the 10. Now, it takes a pretty experienced hand to do that. And you got to know when to release and how to keep a horse from getting in trouble. So it opens up a broad page to read on, but we won't get too wrapped up in it today. But all I'm going to do right here is simply back up here and put that right there on it. Right there, he comes to that. So that's good. That's what I call the 10. Now I'm not done. I'm just saying. I wish I could be done one time, but we're going to let him, like right there, he finally got a reaction to it. You might say, well, Mark, you're scaring him. Well, I want it to be sudden. I want him to be able to handle that right there. He needs to really learn how to handle this. Now, just so he don't think that every time I move that I'm going to do that, I'll walk him around a little bit, gain a little bit of trust back with him, and then we'll go right back and we'll do the 10 again. Right there. I really thought he was going to just kind of be lum-headed about it and let it happen and not give me any reaction. So I'm glad that he's right there. I'm glad that he is giving me something to work with. So I know this looks primitive. It may look a little bit raw, but the results are awesome. And you're starting to see the results already. Now, like right here, right there, he's seen me take a wrap. Now look at that. Now he's coming to that pressure a whole lot better. You might say, Mark, is he fixed? Well, he's better, but he's not fixed. But I'm getting ready to quit today and go to something else. Because once they get it for this session, they've got it. Right there's a good time not to quit him. Right there, that's good. See, I couldn't do this down there in their yard because if he was really reacting to it there, and if he'd have got away from me, which he was being a little bit more expressive there, if he'd have got away from me, right there, he would have run around the neighborhood and got himself in trouble. So I was trying to prevent that from happening. You see, and I'm not blaming these folks, so they're going to see this video. I got to be careful sometimes. I don't try to offend. And if it causes an offense, I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. But all of this should have been done as a winglet. I start all of our foals that we raise here. I start them myself at six months old. We're around that when I wean them. And no, I don't start off with the 10, but I do start off with teaching them to lead by how? By getting these hindquarters just like that. And I'll do that in a stall, and then I will spiral them out of that into a lead, just like that, into a forward motion. And if they give me a couple steps, I usually stop and rub them. And you'll just keep doing that. Like I'll yield their hindquarters, and then I'll walk forward, boom, right there. That's how I get a wingling to lead. Now, after I've got that wingling leading pretty good and he's pretty familiar with pressure, I will purposely teach them to 10. I'll back up and I'll put this on them, and it teaches them from the start how to handle that pressure right there. And by doing that, I don't have to have long, drawn out tying lessons with my horse. Oh yeah, I'll tie a wingling up or something and they'll fight a little bit and they'll shoot forward. Sometimes they'll run right into the wall, you know. But it's over with. It comes to their mind because of what I've taught them. Oh yeah, this is sort of the same as that deal he does with the rope. Now they don't literally think that way, but I believe that their mind does come back to that. So after I teach one a little bit of that, we're going to quit on that for now. Now I'm going to ask his horse to lunge. You might say, well, pretty hard on him there, Mark. He don't know what to do. Well, I need him to go forward. And the only way sometimes to get him to go forward is to spank the ground or spank the rump. So right here, again, get him to go forward. Right there. Now, he's a big old pretty paint. I hope he pans out good. Back in with that rope. Teach this horse a little bit of life here. Now my job's not to scare him, but my job is to get him used to things. So right, like with a horse like this that you're trying to teach, I try to limit my tools. I really do. But if I got to smack and smooch and cluck and spank at the beginning, then I'll just get me a helper here. So I'll use this flag as a little bit of a helper. You see, all that he was doing just now, pulling away and jerking away, that's what he was doing down there. And it's just become a fixed learning thing. And all I'm wanting him to do now is go forward. And look at there, like always, done scared the manure out of it. Now, he freed up right there. He freed up. So now we're teaching him to walk. Right there. Yield them hindquarters and face up to him. The reason I quit him is because he freed up. If you watched him, if you'll rewind, he was kind of stuck in the mud right there. And then right over in here, he freed up. He freed up. So I'm going to reward him for freeing up, to let him know that that's what I want him to do. Now, it used to be I'd go one way and then I'd go the next. And I don't really have a set way. But with this horse, I'm going to go back the same way that I was going and get this way working pretty good, and then we'll turn him. See, that right there is where he's getting in trouble. He's thinking too much. You can see him stop and think about how I'm getting out of this deal right there. He stops and he thinks, okay, what can I do not to do this? And that's where I'm here to just change his mind, just like that. Now, if he'll give me a good round without trying to figure out how to get out of it, I'll give him a break. That wasn't too bad right there. Just yield his hindquarters. Well, he learned good. Let him think about that a minute. Usually these first sessions with these horses that don't know a thing, I try to keep it pretty short and sweet. But impactful. I mean, I try to impact it, a little bit with what I do before I quit. Just like I did Burgundy. When I first met her, I impacted her with all my good looks and my charm. And it really didn't make her, it sounds like I forced her. It really caused her to fall in love with me, didn't it, Burgundy? Didn't it, Burgundy? We're on video. Didn't it, Burgundy?
You're silly.
But no, I want to make an impact on them the first go around, but I don't want to do too much.
No, the impact you made on me, you said you was an alligator hunter. That's the impact you had on me.
Yeah, I did. I guess you want me to tell them that story, don't you?
No, don't. Just.
Why?
You can save it for another day.
Comments are going to come in. We want to hear the alligator story.
Well, it keeps people watching. Tell them they have to watch another video.
Okay, well, tune in for the alligator story on another video. So we're going to direct him to the right here, getting this left eye, or right eye. He's got to figure this out, you see. See, it used to be I'd baby him, but right here, he's got to figure this out. Right there, he figured it out. Good. It used to be I would just micromanage him. Say, oh, you got to figure it out. Or I'd help him figure it out. But see, he's never had nobody over here. His whole expression has changed. He's never had nobody over here. He's looking for what? A way out. You're basically got an untamed horse here. Smack him with this rope a little bit. Man. Now when I quit him right here, it's going to matter a lot. Now he's getting freed up. He's just an awful careful horse. He wants to get aggravated. We see him starting to shake his head. This is going to be the best round that he's made so far. So we'll let him have a break right there, but he's going to have to learn how to, right there, yield them hindquarters. Now this is my 1, 2, 3, 4th horse for today. And I'm starting to feel it. I'm flat wore out. We've cleaned stalls, we've cleaned up manure out in the pasture. We've done a little bit today. But the point of me bringing that up is that if you work horses like I do in this manner, I don't know how people have 8 and 10 in their barn. I'm flat getting wore out here. It's a lot of groundwork. It's a lot of on my feet. And really, I'm just wanting someone to feel sorry for me and go get me a pecan pie from the store and a container of Cool Whip. Bert,
We got a strawberry cake up there.
I want pecan pie though. Coffee.
What about a banana split?
You're wanting to go to the Dutch Pantry to get ice cream. We have a Dutch Pantry here close to us in Roller Retreat, and it's got a creamery, and I
And
can't
it's
keep
good.
Bertie out of it.
It's good.
We might go get some ice cream. It's too late to start anything else. We might as well get ice cream.
Might as well.
You know what I think I'll get? And these folks are not wanting to hear our conversation here. But you remember that styrofoam cup they gave me that time with ice cream, bananas, and chocolate fudge all in it?
It was like a banana split shake or something.
Oh, it was good. I think I'm gonna get me one of them.
I'm getting a legit banana split.
I think I'll have to take me a heartburn pill first because that banana gives me heartburn. We need to get back to working this horse, don't we?
Probably.
Yeah. But thank you folks for entertaining our personal life for a moment of getting ice cream at the Dutch Pantry. Let's get this horse moving again. Look at there how much better he is at moving around now. See what a break will do for him? Look at that. Look how freed up that horse is. Ain't that nice? Now let's yield them hindquarters. Pretty good. Go this way. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that sweet? A little bit different this way because he's never had nobody over here. But we're going to work on it. I already like him because he don't want to pull on me too bad. These horses that want to drag me around the pen, they're pretty aggravating. So right there, we're going to yield them hindquarters. Put the 10 on him. Wait on it right here. There it comes. Put the 10 on him. Wait on it. Wait on it. Wait on it. Right there. Good. Wait on it. Right there. Good. Wait on it. Good. So right there. So there we go. Wasn't much. It was short and sweet. Rome wasn't built in a day. He's in a strange place. He's adjusting to being in the stall. He's not doing bad though. He's drank a little bit of water. So I think it'd be a good place to quit him. Now what we're going to be doing in the future will be just getting him saddled, getting his legs handled so you can think about trimming him. I mean, this is a fresh start right here on a big horse. But y'all just stay tuned for highlights. I want to remind everybody again before I go that I don't video every day, and I don't video every session with every horse. I usually try just to do highlights, and those are for educational reasons only, is the highlights. And I just like to share what knowledge that I've acquired over the years, which is not a lot, but it's some. So, but I do appreciate you watching. Remember, if you're lost without Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, today's the day of salvation. Just ask Him into your heart, ask Him into your life, and you'll watch things you'll see things get better in your life from that day forward. I didn't say you wouldn't have problems, but those problems will get to where you can handle them better, and you'll have that inside Jesus joy that even on a bad day, it's a good day. So anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more with Rhett. Customers that brought him, I just want to thank you again. Come out anytime. They're local customers. They'll be able to come out anytime. Let me know you want to come, and I'll show you the progress in person. So appreciate you watching, and God bless.